In this session, I'm going to show you how to add a special event and a newsfeed article. These are special pages that are listed under the News menu, Events, or Newsfeed. And also there's a teaser that will be shown on the front page. So let's try an event first. So you must be signed in and have administrator privileges, and then you'll see this editing bar up at the top of the page, and you click this button to add a page. We're going to add a special page type called an event page. So click Event Page, and then you'll get a form. The page name is the text that will appear at the top of the list and on the front page. So let's call this one and we'll give it a description. The description appears on the lists as well as on the page itself. And the date and time field is a display field, so it isn't a calendar or a special date. You just type in the date as you want it to appear. And let's have this one. Now, has details means that you can click on the event and see more information. I'll come back and show you how this is done. The thumbnail will appear in the list, and to get a thumbnail, you choose a file, and you get the Concrete 5 file manager. Now, I will have shown you in more detail how to add a file in the Working with Images video. So check on that one if you don't know how to do this, but it's pretty easy. Well, I'm just going to click Upload Files, and then I'm going to grab the file I want to be my thumbnail. And let me show you this. Here's the, we just go to the Windows Explorer, and we can just drag and drop an image. Okay. Close. Select our file. And there's our image. Now, with special events, you can set a date for the event to disappear from the listings on the front page and on the events page. So since this thing is going to happen on October 31st, let's just have it go away on November 1st. And that's all there is to it, really. We click Publish Page, and we'll go back to the front page here, see how this turns up. So here's our, under Special Events, here's our notice of the meeting for milking, which contains this description. Now, if you want to put more information, let's just click this to go to the page itself. And then we click the little gear icon up here. And we check Has Details. And for an event, we also need to click feature this page. Okay, and then we'll just publish changes again. And we'll go back to the page, and now we can add any content we want. I'll just add a little content block here. No. And we'll add a little text. Oh, that's not text I wanted. And we can do anything that Concrete 5 will let us do on any other kind of page or article. Like we'll stick in an image. Let's add a file. Okay, nice pictures. Save the content. Publish the page. And we'll go back to the main page there. And note that it has a read more link. Now on this test site, apparently there's something not working quite right. You should only see the read more if you've clicked has details. Otherwise, this part will be blank because there's really nothing to see if you drill down. If we look at more events, here's a listing of events, and of course read more, or we'll show you the full page with our glorious graphics and text and everything. Okay, so that's an event. Go back to the beginning. Now remember, we set a date. What did we call that? End date. So that on November the 1st, this announcement will disappear from the front page. Now let's do a news article. Very similar. You click the Pages button. This time we'll click More under New Page and click News Page. Similar form. Let's see. This article is going to be called Return of the Frogs. Again, page name is the text that will appear in the lists, and a description. I'll just put in a little description here. We'll choose a thumbnail for it. Now, thumbnails are not required. You can have an announcement without a thumbnail, but they're fun if you have one. Let's see. Let me pull in a little frog picture here. Select it. By the way, an article will have an author, and you can change that if you like. If you click the little X here, you'll be able to add another person if there's a different author other than yourself, which is of course the default. Okay, I think we're all ready to publish this. Again, there's a has details check mark. And we'll click Publish Page. back to the main page here. And oh, we don't see this on our newsfeed list. The reason is the newsfeed list just takes the most recent page off the top of the page list. So what we need to do is go back to the dashboard button. I'll click Sitemap. We'll go to Newsfeed, and we'll move our new article up to the top. So since it's at the position at the top of the list, it'll show up on the front page. And there it is. Now this is working right, unlike the events part, in that we don't have a read more link there. So what we'll do is we'll go to the page itself and click the little gear icon here, the composer, and that takes us back to our original composer form. Now, of course, you could have done this right as you created the page, but we're just going to go back and change it. And I'm going to click Save. And then, as we did with the event, I'll just add some additional content here. Get in there. So here's a little more information about the return of the frogs. That's enough of this silliness. As you saw before, we can add images or do whatever we want. But this part, this additional content, will not show up on the list. And let's click the little pencil again and save changes. And return to the front page. And there's our lead article here. And if we and our read more button, which takes us to the page. And the more news button, which will show us current and past articles. And that's how it works.